Do you ever vibe to music so deeply that sometimes you find yourself playing an instrument in the air? In your head, you're killing it. But the moment you touch a real instrument,
What's going on here?
it's an entirely different story. I finally decided to move from being just a music fan to someone who actually creates music. This video documents that journey, the messy mistakes, the frustrations, the small wins, and the lessons. I'm still very much on that journey. I'm not trying to be a concert pianist. I just want to translate what I hear in my head into sound. And if I don't learn, I will stay a spectator forever, feeling music deeply, but never participating in it. I made this video for anyone learning an instrument from scratch. The reason learning music matters isn't just about playing instruments. The feelings come first. That moment, a song settles into you and brings peace. Or takes you on an adventure. Feelings like this are the real reason I decided to learn. After experiencing them over and over, just listening didn't feel enough anymore. I wanted to understand it, to break it down, rebuild it, and shape it to match what I'm feeling or what I want to feel. So to start, I needed an instrument, of course, and a way to learn that I could keep up with. For the instrument, I considered a few options: a guitar, a piano or keyboard, and even a theremin. Mhm. But my mind kept going back to the piano. It just felt like my kind of instrument. Keyboards and pianos are expensive, and the cheaper generic ones felt limiting. So I started looking at MIDI controllers. They were more affordable and versatile, and I like the idea of being able to play a lot of instruments from one setup. I eventually found a good starter MIDI controller and I paid for it. That was online. The buying process was not smooth. The seller cancelled the order, saying the listed price was outdated and the new price was almost double. It was annoying. But I still went ahead because it was still cheaper than high quality keyboards, and at this point, there was no going back. I also bought a sustain pedal because I learned that it helps notes connect and flow better. Next was figuring out how to learn. I had three criteria. One, the teaching had to be solid. Two, it had to fit my schedule. And three, it had to be affordable long term. Online tutors failed the affordability test. Local tutors didn't fit my schedule. YouTube checked all three boxes. So I chose it. I had the instruments, I had a learning plan, and I was full of excitement. I felt ready to begin. So I opened up YouTube and I made my first search: how to make music. I enjoyed watching producers enjoy the process of making music. It was exciting to see how the music we love are actually made. But as inspiring as those videos were, they also showed me something important. I lacked the foundation. I wasn't interested in dragging and dropping ready-made loops. I wanted to create sounds or loops from scratch with complete freedom and control. To do that, I actually needed to learn music or music theory. I started watching music theory videos about notes, scales, keys, major and minor chords, how chords are built, how they change. But the more music theory I learned, the more stuck I felt. Most tutorials were about memorizing patterns, chord shapes, finger positions, and steps to learn one song or another. I could repeat or play what I learned, but it wasn't clear how I could use them to make real music. I knew the pieces, but I couldn't put them together. Honestly, it didn't feel like I was making progress. That changed when I found a video by Max Conyi about ear training. He explained it simply. Every song has one main note that feels like home, a place where the song can rest. He explained that every other note in this song gets meaning from this home note. This idea has to do with intervals. I started practicing his ear training exercises and I used his app. Within a few days, I could pick out the notes in the melodies from any song, even though with many tries. But I couldn't even do this before. For the first time, it felt like I was making progress and moving in the right direction. During that time, I watched one of Nathan Doan's skits and there was this background music in it.
Can I get another 3 orders of brisket?
I loved how it sounded and I wanted to recreate it.
What?
And I did. Another time I thought of a sound or loop that could work for a song and I was able to create it. These moments were small but very fulfilling. I had reached a point where I could bring sounds from my head to life. That felt good. Until I thought of a melody that needed both hands to play them. Well, I could play them separately on different hands, but my hands wouldn't work together to play them. I was still happy with the progress I had made, but I knew that this was a new challenge that I needed to tackle. So I searched for videos on hand independence. I practiced the exercises and patterns in those videos for weeks. I could play the exercises on their own, but I could not apply them to real songs. It was frustrating. After struggling with this for a while, I found videos by Groove Tooth and Brenda, they explained hand independence differently. The idea was simple: start as small as possible on one hand or both hands, and then move forward slowly. It changed how I practiced hand independence. I could apply it to any song and it worked. Finally, my hands started working together. And within a few days, I attempted to play the short melody I had thought about months earlier. Wow. Right now, I can listen to a song, find the notes by ear with fewer tries, and play them with both hands. I can also bring sounds from my head to life and play them with both hands. It's not always clean. I still make mistakes. Sometimes I have to stop and start again. But that's how the process really looks like. And that's okay. My brain just needs time to adjust to this new skill I'm learning. Currently, my practice mostly focuses on two things: ear training and hand independence. For ear training, whenever I listen to a song, I always try to figure out the melodies or chords I'm hearing. And to confirm my guesses, I use my MIDI controller when I'm at home or a piano app on my phone when I'm not. For hand independence, this usually goes along with the ear training exercises when I'm at home. I can't use the piano app for this, but then there are some hand independence exercises that do not need an instrument, so I just practice the rhythms on a desk. As you can probably tell, listening to good music keeps me coming back to practice. This journey has changed the way I see failure. I've had many moments where I have something in mind to play, but my hands are playing something else, or my brain just freezes. Those moments. I used to see those moments as a bad sign. Now I see them differently. I've learned that those moments are actually a gift. They mean I'm pushing myself, learning something new, and getting better. I've noticed that after failing once, trying again usually feels a lot easier. This way of thinking isn't just about music, it applies to anything worth learning. It's not just the results that matter. Efforts, patience, and showing up matter just as much. Now, to you watching this video, that goal you've been sitting on, learning an instrument or any other skill, take a moment to understand why that goal is important to you. Then start. And if you fall, which you will, because you're human, rest if you need to, but get back up and keep going. I also have deeper respect for musicians now. Seeing how much work goes into building the skill and then turning it into music has improved how I enjoy music now. This video is the first of a series documenting my musical journey as it unfolds. In upcoming videos, you'll see parts of my practice sessions, what I'm struggling with, and the progress I make. The goal of this series is to show the real messy side of learning the piano, where confusion, mistakes, and slow progress are all part of the journey.